Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. In our endeavor for spiritual practice, it's given that this path that we're trying to take is so hard. There's a lot of challenges, obstacles from outside factors and also from inside. So sometimes a practitioner might experience some weakness of the heart and he might fall down with the practice. So, what is important with this scenario is how an individual will be able to come back up and be back on track with his spiritual practice. And ayun yung title natin for today, paano tayo makakabangon sa pagka-fall down sa spiritual practice. It's very important kasi it's like getting a manual sa isang gadget, tapos may instructions, tapos may troubleshoot. Ngayon, ito yung nangyayari. Paano yung troubleshooting natin? As an individual, as a practitioner. And in the conversation of Krishna and Arjuna, si Arjuna tinanong niya to, ano mangyayari kapag yung isang yogi hindi niya natapos yung spiritual practice niya? Let's say, mag-fall down siya or mamatay siya. What will happen sa unsuccessful transcendentalist? Very relatable sa atin to. Ano mangyayari? Let's read from the Bhagavad Gita as it is. Nasa last texts tayo ng chapter 6, Dhyana Yoga. Text 37. Arjuna said, O Krishna, what is the destination of the unsuccessful transcendentalist who in the beginning takes to the process of self-realization with faith, but who later desists due to worldly mindedness and thus does not attain perfection in mysticism? So this is a very important question ni Arjuna kay Krishna. After in-explain ni Krishna kay Arjuna yung process ng mysticism or eight folds of yoga, tinatawag itong Ashtanga Yoga. Tinanong ni Arjuna, parang ang hirap i-practice na ito, Krishna. Because of the mind. Because of the unflickering mind. Paano ko ipa-practice to? Sabi ni Krishna, it's possible actually. You can practice it kapag may determination ka and detachment. In our lives, kailangan tayo may determination sa mga ginagawa natin. Either career, relationships, lalo-lalo na sa spiritual practice. Pero, kailangan natin ng detachment because this detachment will help us para mas magawa natin yung duties natin accordingly. And makapag-isip tayo na maayos. Like in relationships, kapag attached yung isang tao sa love ones niya, mas di niya maalagaan kasi gusto niya maging perfect lahat. Gusto niya kontrolin. And nakakapilay yon kapag laging kinokontrol ng isang tao yung buhay mo. Hindi mo na kaya mag-decision making. So-called love, but it's not helpful. It's not healthy. Because of wrong attachments. So, kailangan natin palagi ng detachment. Kasi wala naman talaga tayong control sa nangyayari sa sarili natin, sa labas ng sarili natin. In ourselves, minsan ang hirap pa nga, ang hirap kontrolin ng, sabi nga ni Arjuna, ng mind, ng emotions. So, ito yung ine-emphasize ni Krishna. Pinakita niya kung gaano kahirap yung ibang mga practices. Para mag-end up siya dito na mapakita kung gaano ka-practical and realistic yung practice of bhakti. Also, gaano kataas yung bhakti. The path of knowledge, the practice of eightfold system, or bhakti yoga. Ito yung process ng self-realization. So, dalawa siya. Pero ayun nga yung nangyari, kapag pinractice mo 8-volt system, sobrang hirap. Ultimately, kapag pinractice naman yung Ashtanga yoga or any parts, any kind of yoga, papunta talaga siya kay Krishna eh. Ang realization ng practice ng yoga is ma-realize nila, oh, si Krishna yung supreme. Si Krishna yung nasa heart natin na super soul na gusto natin i-meditate upon. Pero habang hindi pa nare-realize yun, they will spend lifetimes after lifetimes mag-meditate. So, good question din. Bakit tayo alam natin si Krishna? Mamaya di-discuss natin yun. And with this practice, there is a risk. Sabi nga dito ni Prabhupada, therefore, despite constant endeavor, one may fail for many reasons. Pwede tayong mag-fail in our spiritual practice because of weakness of the hearts. Because yung previous lives natin, we're not practicing yung spiritual or bhakti yoga. And meron pang mga traces ng mga old habits. Sabi nga, old habits die hard. So may mga traces pa. Ang analogy rito, just like unplug the electric fan. When you unplug the electric fan, umiikot pa yung LSE. So ganun yung isang desire. At yung natitira mga desires ng devotees. Or kasama sa anartas, lumalabas. Sa cleansing of the heart, lumalabas itong mga to. So minsan, because of ganitong strong remnants or large remnants sa heart ng isang practitioner, nagkakaroon siya ng weakness of the heart. Nag-fall down siya dun sa practice. It's unlikely na strict or straight niya magagawa yung path unless and until naggrabe siya sa determination niya and grabe rin yung support niya with from his guru and other peers. And of course, depende dun sa background ng isang tao. So, normal lang na magkaroon ng ganito. Sabihin na natin namatay. Hindi na perfect spiritual life. So, many reasons paano magkaroon ng fall down. Prabhupada mentioned here, illusory energy or maya. Kasi, tinatry niya palagi. She tries to defeat the practitioner by various allurements. So, habang gusto natin mag-practice ng Krishna consciousness, si Maya, mas gusto niyang mag-fall down tayo. Dahil yun yung role niya, i-test tayo ng i-test. She's a devotee, but she needs to test us. It will make us stronger also. Almighty arm Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a riven cloud with no position in any sphere? So, ang gandang analogy dito ni Prabhupada, ni Krishna, and explain ni Prabhupada. Just like big cloud, minsan makikita kami mga small portion ng cloud na yun na hiwalay. Tapos minsan mag-emerge sa ibang clouds. Pero pag wala siyang clouds na merge, mangyayari sa kanya, hanginin siya and magdi-disappear siya. So, ang tanong ni Arjuna, ganito ba yung magiging path or future ng isang yogi para siya magiging non-entity pagtapos mawawala na? Ang ganda explanation kasi when one is trying to practice, ano yung assurance natin after neto? Di ba kahit nga sa mga bank or sa business or even in your social media accounts, meron siyang mga options. Kapag namatay ka, kanino mapupunta or sino may access. Ang sarap malaman kung ano yung assurance or anong insurance. It takes a lot of lifetimes daw, many births, para ma-practice or makilala ng isang individual si Krishna or mapunta siya sa path of bhakti. It will explain further. This is my doubt, O Krishna, and I ask you to dispel it completely. But for you, no one is to be found who can destroy this doubt. That is the importance of having a teacher, having a guru. Kasi marami tayong palaging doubts sa sarili natin. Hindi natin alam yung nangyayari talaga. A sign of an intelligent person is alam niya na hindi siya ganun katalino. Kailangan niya ng guidance. Kailangan ng magtuturo sa kanya. And this is Arjuna. Nire-reveal niya yung doubt kay Krishna as his teacher. Ano yung mangyayari kapag hindi na perfect nga yung spiritual path? Krishna is the perfect knower of past, present, and future. Si Krishna alam niya, knower of the past, present, and future. Actually, yung isang devotee who is very well-versed in the scriptures, he knows what will happen in the future. And ito naman lahat eh. Of course, yung essence, di yung detail. Ano mangyayari bukas ng umaga? Uulan ba? Hindi ganon. Pero what will happen in the future is all written. Kasi sinulat ng mga saintly persons yon. And nangyari na naman talaga. Diba? Even yung incarnations ni Krishna nakasulat sa scriptures. What more pa yung mga ibang details? Text 40. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O son of Pritha, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. Ang ganda ng purport ni Prabhupada nilagay dito. If someone gives up all material prospects and takes complete shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no loss or degradation in any way. One, on the other hand, a non-devotee may fully engage in his occupational duties and yet not gain anything. So ito na yung sagot. If a non-devotee or a yoga practitioner, short term, namatay siya, hinto niya yung practice niya, unsuccessful. Sa next life niya, 0. Kumbaga, kung may mga material kang assets na nakuha this life, next life mo, hindi na ikaw yung may-ari niyan. Hindi siya sasama sa'yo. Sabi nga sa term ng Filipinos, hindi mo masasama sa hukay. Of course, pwede mo ilagay sa hukay talaga yon, literally. Pero next life mo, wala na. Back to 0. In comparison sa isang devotee or those who are practicing a strict and advanced for a long time ng spiritual practice, merong mga benefit next life. Iko-continue nila. So Krishna is saying, do not worry, do not worry. And kailangan lang ng isang tao is mag-perform ng auspicious activities. Kaya sabi dito, if he's doing auspicious activities, he does not meet with destruction in this world or spiritual world. Ano ba yung auspicious practice na yun? The most auspicious or the only auspicious practice, sabi ni Prabhupada, is Krishna consciousness. Others are material. Pwede silang tumulong or philanthropic activities, but it's not really that auspicious. It's in the mode maybe of goodness, pero hindi siya nakakatulong sa soul. So may malaking question doon. Paano ba pag naging sobrang kind kong tao? Naging sobrang matulungin ako. Like may discussion kami during the Krishna book. As a devotee is very much helpful. Tapos kahit na yung mga tao nang hirapan, tutulungan niya magbuhat and all. And yung discussion namin, paano pag binubuhat mo, mga drugs pala yung tutulungan mo magbuhat? No? So, helpful ka, pero ano yung tinutulungan mo? Papunta saan? Anong purpose? Anong end goal? Kailangan Krishna conscious palagi. That's the auspicious activities. Otherwise, it's just another trap sa material world. Pwede ka magbigay ng pera. Yung tao na binigyan mo ng pera, bilhin niya ng meat yun, bilhin niya ng drugs yun. Kasama ka pa nga sa karma kasi ikaw yung nag-produce ng means niya to buy those sinful substance. So, ganun ka-tricky, ganun ka-technical yung karma. Kaya better, we always tax our brain kung paano tayo makapag-perform ng auspicious activities or Krishna-conscious activities. Sabi ni Krishna, if one is performing this, he will not meet the destruction. And he will not be meeting um or otherwise, if hindi niya gawin yon, he will never overcome by evil. He will never overcome evil. 41. The unsuccessful yogi, after many, many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. Ito na yung sagot sa question, bakit may pinapanganak na sobrang yaman? Sobrang righteous na family. Nasa magandang arrangement ng buhay nila. Ayoko dito sa Pilipinas. Bakit di nila ako pinanganak doon sa first world country? Na may royal family. Di ba? Unsuccessful yogis. So ito yung may nagawang mga auspicious activities in the previous lives. Kaya sila ipapanganak sa righteous or aristocratic family. Sabi ni Prabhupada, there's two classes ng mga unsuccessful yogi. Ito yung discuss natin kanina. Nag-practice ng short term sa long term. Yung short term, wala masyado makukuha or zero. Yung long term, ito na yung nakaka-receive ng ganitong aristocratic or righteous people sa family nila. But of course, the real purpose, sabi nga ni Prabhupada, ng yoga is to achieve highest perfection or Krishna consciousness. If a devotee, namatay siya, may certain difference yung yogi na pinapractice para ma-realize kung sino si Krishna and yung devotee na alam si Krishna and nag-serve na siya kay Krishna. So may shift na mangyayari doon. Pag na-perfect ng isang yogi to, marirealize na kailangan niya mag-serve kay Krishna. Pag nag-serve na siya kay Krishna, ito na yung mga devotee, mga bhaktas. Ang goal ng mga yogi is ma-reach nila yung bhakti yoga. And yung bhakti yogi, kapag namatay siya, ito yung next na mangyayari sa kanya. Let's try to read further than discuss natin yan. Or, if unsuccessful after long practice of yoga, he takes his birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Certainly such a birth is rare in this world. So, yung devotee or yung isang yoga practitioner na malapit na niyang perfect, ipapanak sila sa family ng devotees. Sila yon. Pinanganak sila, yung parents nila, alam si Krishna, and makikita natin sa mga bata, very natural sa kanila i-take up yung practice. It's just like, ginagawa nila kahapon yon. Tinuloy lang nila, makita mo, they pronounce, they chant the mantras very naturally, they even know the instruments, how to play sa mga mantras, sa mga kirtan, very easily nila na-adapt yon. Yung knowledge, very natural din sa kanya, very organic na lumalabas o na naiintindihan. Those are the devotees na nagko-continue from their previous practice. Sabi nga nila merong spiritual bank account. Yung mga bank account na yon, the percentage, namatay ka ng 5%, next life mo, 6%. Nandun ka na magtutuloy. And si Krishna, mag-aarin siya ng scenario or ng family para pag pinanganak yung bata doon, magkaroon ng facilities para matuloy niya yung spiritual practice. So, ano yung role ng parents? I-facilitate ng spiritual life ng mga bata. Minsan, nagiging devotee yung parents, mga pinanganak na yung bata. Ganun pa rin yun. Arrangement pa rin yun. Tapos very natural sa mga bata na i-adopt yung Krishna consciousness. That's the number one role ng parent or ng parents. Hindi just to provide material para material things to mag-survive yung bata. Is to actually facilitate yung spiritual activities, advancement ng isang bata. That's the main role ng parents. Otherwise, the rest, kahit walang parents, pwede mag-survive yung bata nga eh. O sige, andun na yung love and care, yung psychological support system. Diba? Andun din yun. Pero yung main role ng isang parents, maging Krishna conscious yung anak nila. Hindi nila daanan yung all the material ups and downs. Tapos ma-discover nila kailangan nila mag-perform ng yoga para ma-realize kino ba talaga yung kailangan ko i-serve, to search. Diba? and papunta to sa Krishna consciousness, pwede mo i-jump yun. Kasi kaya sila pinanganak doon or bata pa lang sila na-expose na sila kasi kinukontinue na lang nila yung dating practice nila. Kaya sabi nga dito, may mga pinapanganak talaga sa family ng mga devotees, acharya families. And usually, advanced talaga sila. So, kailangan lang natin ituloy ng ituloy. Or i-facilitate sila, tulungan sila. 43. On taking such a birth, he revives the divine consciousness of his previous life, and he again tries to make further progress in order to achieve complete success, O son of Kuru. So, pinakamalaking fall down yon. Not fall down sa practice, pero fall down in terms of hindi nila natuloy. Namatay sila, or pwede rin may nangyari in the previous life kaya nila kailangan mag-take birth pa. Kasi pwede mo na matapos yung spiritual life mo eh. In one lifetime. Sabi nga ni Prabhupada, even a moment. Pero hindi niya tuloy yun. Paano makabangon doon sa fall down is kailangan mo ng great determination again. Kailangan mo ng humility to surrender. And mas madali kapag meron kang spiritual support or sangha. Actually, very essential yung sangha. You cannot do it alone. Bhakti comes from bhakti. Marireceive mo yung bhakti kapag na-meet mo, nabigyan ng mercy ng isang tao na may bhakti sa heart niya. You cannot just chant, read, and others by yourself. Kailangan mo ng tao na may bhakti. If one falls down, even in the same lifetime, kailangan mo ng tao na tutulong sa'yo umangat. And you will see people and you will hear stories na they stop practice or they try to change their lifestyle. Hindi, balik ako sa material life. Hindi. One with the other. Mga mangyayari sa buhay natin na maiisip natin, walang shelter sa material world. Si Krishna lang. That's a fact. That's very true. In hindsight, parang buti na lang nangyari to. Maiisip na lang natin yun in the future. Buti na lang nangyari pala yun para makabalik ako kay Krishna. Then ma-realize natin yung mga devotees, ang dami na lang nag-extend ng kamay to help us hilahin palapit kay Krishna. So ganun yung role ng isang devotee. Ganun yung kailangan natin, if one falls down, kailangan natin ng shelter, mag-surrender sa devotees. Sobrang importante. By virtue of the divine consciousness of his previous life, he automatically becomes attracted to the yogic principles. Even without seeking them, such an inquisitive transcendentalist stands always above the ritualistic principles of the scriptures. So, sasabi ni Krishna, mas mataas yung mga nagka-practice ng yoga, ng Ashtanga yoga, ng yogic principles. Mas mataas sa nagka-practice ng gyan or knowledge lang without surrender. Mas mataas yung gyan na yon sa karma kanda. Sa nagpa-perform lang ng pious or impious activities for karmas, for good or bad karma. But ultimately, mas mataas sa lahat is Bhakti Yoga. Para in-explain natin, yogic principles or Ashtanga Yoga para ma-realize na kailangan nila mag-surrender kay Krishna. Maging devotee sila. So, either, sabi nga dito, O my Lord, persons who chant the holy names of the Lord of your Lordship are far, far advanced in spiritual life, even if born in families of dog eaters. Such chanters have undoubtedly performed all kinds of austerities and sacrifices, paid in all sacred places, and finished all scriptural studies. So kapag nagka-chant ka lang ng Krishna's name, ng Hare Krishna Mahamantra, nadaanan mo na raw lahat. Previous lives, either nadaanan mo na yung mga practice ng yoga, maligo dun sa mga holy places, pumunta sa mga holy places or tirthas, or mag-aral ng mga scriptures, na lahat ng scriptures. Napunta na tayo sa pag-chant ng Krishna's name. Pwede nating isipin yon or pwede mong isipin, maybe, of course, hindi maybe, it's a fact, na na-receive natin yung mercy sa devotees. Nabigyan tayo ng access. Kaya pwede dinaanan natin yung mabilis or hindi, or talaga hindi dinaanan, nabigyan tayo ng mercy. Elevator from the ladder of yoga. May elevator of bhakti. Mabilis. So, ganun ka-merciful yung mga devotees. Ganun ka-merciful si Krishna. But at the same time, come to think of it, we are in the path na nandito na nagka-chant ng Krishna's name. If you read the Srimad Bhagavatam, it will be explained there na even yung mga hard practice nila, kahit sila Dhruva Maharaj and all, perform sila ng yoga para ma-realize na kailangan nila ng association ng devotees to serve Krishna. Para makapag-chant sila. That's the ultimate realization ng scriptures. Mag-chant ng Krishna's holy name. So, nandun tayo sa path na yon. It's very important na ma-realize natin na it's a rare opportunity. Even mahirap, even may mga fall down, bangon ka lang ng bangon. Number one mo naman iwasan is mag-create ng offense. Offense sa devotees, sa gurus. Kasi it will hinder. But the rest, if tuloy-tuloy kahit mahirap, mag-flow pa rin talaga siya. Let's try to finish this. And when the yogi engages himself with sincere endeavor in making further progress, being washed off all contaminations, then ultimately achieving perfection after many, many births of practice, he attains the supreme goal. So ito na anartha nivritti or cleansing of the heart. Yun yung mga unwanted baggages natin. Nangyayari talaga yon. Kaya talaga minsan may mga accidental fall down kasi sobrang bigat ng cleansing na yun. Ang dami nawawala eh. Kung pag di mo maiiwasang hindi umatching kapag naglilinis ka ng room, may mga alikabok talagang pupunta dyan. Pero kailangan magtuloy-tuloy. A yogi is greater than the ascetic, greater than the empiricist, and greater than the fruitive worker. Ito yung diniscuss natin kanina. Therefore, Arjuna, in all circumstances, be a yogi. Last text, sobrang importante nito. And it establishes yung position ng isang bhakti yogi. According to Krishna, and of all yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me, he is the most intimately united with me in yoga, and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. That is the position of a devotee. He is the highest yogi. So ano yung ginagawa ng isang bhakti yogi na distinguish mo from other yogis? He always thinks of Krishna within himself. He rendered transcendental loving service. So may devotional service siya. So ano yung position niya? Most intimately united. Hindi lang kilala ni Krishna or kilala ng isang devotee si Krishna. Intimately united, very close relationship. Bhakti is only for Krishna. So, hindi masabing pwede may bhakti ka sa isang demigod kay Shiva or Lord Brahma. May bhakti ka dito sa practice na to. Kung saan-saan, kung kanino. No. Bhakti is only for Krishna. That love is only for Krishna. The word bhakti is only for Krishna. And the practice of it is very rare and a great opportunity. So, even na mahirap, we are in the path of perfection sa life natin. Kailangan lang natin magtuloy-tuloy. Magpadayon. Try our best na hindi tayo ma-distract sa ibang allurements ni Maya. And of course, aside from working on ourselves, kailangan din natin tumulong sa iba. Pero, sagot natin talaga, cargo talaga natin sarili natin. Lahat tayo sabay-sabay nag-survive dito sa material world and gusto maging devotee. Hindi mo rin pwede iasa lahat sa ibang tao or sisihin mo ibang tao pag hindi nangyari yung mga gusto mo or hindi naging okay yung spiritual life. Lahat tayo may responsibility sa sarili natin. But we have to extend our hands also para tumulong yung iba. Tulungan yung iba. Si Krishna is always making ways para tulungan tayo. And we just have to open our eyes na ito pala yung arrangement ni Krishna sa buhay ko. Kaya nangyayari to, gusto ni Krishna mas palapit ako sa kanya. Thank you very much, and that's our episode for today. Paano makabangon mula sa pagka-fall down sa spiritual practice. Number 1 na kailangan natin gawin is to always chant Krishna's names. Surrender sa devotees. And with the right mood, perform our devotional service, loving devotional service. Kahit ano pa mangyari, magtutuloy-tuloy lang din yung life talaga natin. Either this lifetime or like next life. Pero wag mo napabutin next life. Baka next life mas mahirap eh. This life tapusin mo na. And iwasan yung mga offenses. If we perform unwanted activities, yung mga offenses, beg for the blessings and mercy and forgiveness. But other than that, tuloy-tuloy lang talaga. Kailangan lang natin magkapit-kapit, palapit tayo kay Krishna. So kapit ka sa beads, kapit ka sa books, and kapit ka sa mga devotees.